People deluded, I'm back again.
Come on, Ian, man. Come on. Because you always just have to run like defenders. I think like. Now, there's rumours online that Mikel Arteta is set to sign a new deal. There's been an update where Eze and his fitness is concerned. We've been accused of using Alex Ferguson tactics owing to a number of our international-based players actually pulling out. So, yeah, man, how are we feeling about that? Apologies for starting late. I don't know why StreamYard is not connecting with the webcam, but lateness is greatness. Big up you lot. Happy Monday. Hope everybody's well and safe. Hope you're all blessed, and I extend that to your loved ones. And as usual, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and in some cases, good night, dependent on where you are in the world. Now, talk to me, people. Talking points, questions, etc. How are we feeling about Arsenal? How are we feeling about the international break? How are we feeling about if we're going to get the Premier League over the line? How are we feeling about the Champions League? Our first game is actually in the FA Cup. How are we feeling about Southampton away, people? So, yeah, man, like, it's crunch time, innit? Like, it's basically April. Happy new month in advance. You know, we got 2 days left of March and then it's April. And you got, you know, the last 2 months of the season are going to go like that, innit? And as we know, the chunk of the story for every team is in the middle, innit? But in short, if you're watching a movie, it really and truly is how the movie starts, how the movie ends. Extend that to football in the Premier League, you can see where I'm going, man. So, yeah, smash the like button. Tomorrow we'll be watching Congo versus Jamaica. And completely off topic, but I've got a friend who's from Grenada. I've got a friend who's from Kenya. Kenya beat Grenada 2-0, yeah. So the banter is flying, you know. The banter is flying between Africa and the Caribbean. We're all cousins. It's all one people and whatnot, but it's flying. And to be honest, miracle. We need a miracle. Jamaica need a miracle to beat Congo. We're going to get slapped. But anyways, we're there regardless, man. So, yeah, Tyrone has said, yes, Deluded. Can you keep doing shows with Sammy? I like where you were good at football when you were playing, Deluded, mate. Allah bless you many more years. Right back at you, my boy. Sammy's on holiday. Assuming you're talking about Sammy, the girl. She's on holiday. You lot get onto her. Get into her mentions. She thinks I'm capping when I say this. You lot need to message her and say you need her back in it. But, yeah, S1 love. Adam is straight up saying no more contracts without the season ending. I hear it. Me personally, I think Arteta signed a new deal. But I understand and somewhat agree with that way of trail of thought, really. Well, go on, Killy. Karma, Andy, Riley, one love. Bit of DG and FM while on the beach. Why the F not? Shout the nation every time. Big up yourself. Hope your holiday's amazing, man. I hope your holiday's lit, man. I want to see how you play. Riley, you give me a lot of nonsense on Football Manager. I want to see what you're saying. And don't lie to me and say you're winning everything and you've never lost a game and everything's great. You're an editor done just like me. Uncle, American Gooner, all Gunner on chat on YouTube, depending on what username he signs into. One love, my guy. Congrats on the nomination. If you don't know what Unks is referring to, he's referring to this, people. And it does feel a bit surreal. I mean, it don't really matter unless you win, but when you consider that, it's just me and you lot against the world. YouTube newcomer, I know, only been in this 10 years, but yeah, we're alongside the Gold Studios, which is a massive media house. Spotify is a global organization, Sky Sports, The Athletic, and that's actually goal.com football. Long story short, I can't lie. It's like Brentford going against Prime Barcelona, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, you know, Manchester City, Paris Saint-Germain, and all of those things. But we've done well, people. So, yeah, appreciate it. Couldn't do it without you lot. Wouldn't do it without you lot. Literally, without you lot, it's dead. It's just us 70,000 of us against the world, man. So, one love. A man said, what have you said there? Congrats. Thank you, Josh, man. Look how man can casually lie on my name about editor done. It's okay. I'm editor done. You know, when in that, I'm on the Pep Guardiola thing. I spend money, it don't work in Football Manager. I need more money. Keep throwing money at it, man. K, appreciate you. Hands up, I'm ready to battle with you. Come on. Unfortunately, though, man, we've done our part. Like, it's down to the voting committee and things, and we know how these awards work. You know, my hot take, Sky Sports win it personally. The WSL channel, even though it did get in a bit of hot water, but it just makes sense. These lot are the ones paying for tables and things of that ilk, and it's all a cahoots thing. But I can't lie, I'm the most impressive on the list. I can't lie to you. I'm very humble with it, but like, what is more impressive? What we've done, going on Talksport, ITV, building this to 70 odd, or Sky Sports having a YouTube channel, the Goal Studios having a YouTube channel, massive establishments, the Athletic having a YouTube channel. Not to mention, these are teams and people on screen, off screen. None of them individuals have done this, so we know who the streets winners are in it, but. Yeah, man. And big up Romario Webster as well, who's also on the channel. He's nominated for another category. But yeah, less said that, man. It's nice to be there, though. I'm pretty sure we have 11 withdrawals at international level. But how are we feeling, people? Do we feel there's some cause for concern with injuries? Do we feel we're playing a bit of a game? I do think we're, a lot of rival fans, especially social media, which isn't an accurate description of society. They always lose their mind about Arsenal in it, but they're losing their mind about Arsenal players pulling out of international break, even though we're the last ones to kind of do this. Like, out of all the things for these players and Arteta, we should have been doing this years ago, especially you, Declan Rice and Saka. Arsenal have had 10 players withdraw from international break through injury. Hot take. I think Saka and Rice, obviously, they need rest. Saka and Rice, obviously, they need rest and things of that ilk. I think they're carrying knocks, but what I mean by that is, at this point in the season, what player or what team in the Premier League, whether you're like us, where you've been participating in 3 to 4 competitions or 1 game a week, who is not feeling any knocks? So I do think these two are okay, wrapping cotton wool stuff. Eze, we know he's injured. Odegaard, like Kai Havertz, who is playing for Germany and getting minutes in the legs. I do think we're going to have to be very cute and clever with his return to action. But can we? Because we all know there's injuries right wing. There's injury, we're trying to win a Premier League. There's injuries in midfield. There's injuries on the right-hand side. Literally from Saturday, we're back into it, innit? We've got a late kickoff on Saturday in the FA Cup. Tuesday, we play Sporting Lisbon. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but we have actually travelled to Portugal. We've got to bring our asses back here and do what we need to do against Bournemouth. Then you've got the second leg against Sporting. Then you've got Man City. So this is where the players and the manager, they have to earn their money, innit? Like this, and forget all of that. This is where whatever you lot plan to achieve in August, this is where you don't let it slip under your finger, through your fingers, innit? So Odegaard for me, and I don't know why Zubi's not there. So yeah, he's 11. Zubi, Rice, Saka. Naturally, you've played a lot of games. I'm kind of short, Karapu and Cotton Wool. I think Trossard does get a lot of injuries on the slide, so I do think there's something in that. Obviously, we know where we're at with Eze. Hincapié, I don't know, because you did jog off, but rumours are saying it's a muscular injury. That does make you a bit kind of nervous, and we hope Calafiori, Declan Rice, all of the players that are participating for their countries, we hope they're wrapped in cotton wool in it. Gabriel Magalhaes for me is fine, as is William Saliba. Jurien Timber, I hope you're back to recommence this season for Southampton. Obviously, you missed out in the cup final. Noni, we saw his leg in a brace. I think Thomas Tuchel has said this actually more positive than we thought. There has been some rumours around Eze, which we'll get into, but yeah, man, I don't know. Rice and Saka are not injuries. Could it come home this year? Good luck from Chicago. I assume you're English. Nah. I mean, like, naturally, you're going to, like, when you're thinking of who's going to win the World Cup, like, whether they win it or not, you're going to be drawn to the French. They've done it before. So many players, so many good players. You're going to think of Spain, teams of that ilk. When you get beyond those kind of nations, then I think England's got an opportunity, and there's no evidence, but I just feel there's a bit of a bias, not a bias. I think, if you're a country that plays in hot climates, go in, because you're going to play out, depending on where you are in America, it's different heat, it's different altitudes, you're already at a disadvantage. And just for me, hot take, I think England we're due a tournament where we bow out early, because we've had a bit of, we moaned about Southgate, we moaned going into the tournaments. Obviously, we ain't won nothing, but 2 Euros finals, I think a quarter semis of the World Cup, can't remember, but one of the two, we're due to stink up the gaff. And I like Tuchel, but reality is, if you don't get to the final as a minimum and potentially win it, then you ain't been better than Southgate. Not convinced with the centre-half partnerships. Nothing to do with ability, just how they work. I think we've got some great options at left-back, but, Lewis Hall, these kind of man, they're great. But when you start factoring in this is international football in a different ball game, you've got that. And I just think we flattered to deceive, man. Flattered to deceive. We did lose a League Cup final, unfortunately, the other day. Me and DG think the same. Football coming home, Brazil win the World Cup. I'm not going to lie. It's looking dark, Brazil, but I'm there to the world and back. DG said it a ton of times to you. The fact this is your thing and you don't have to deal with the BS/office politics is something I could only dream of. The fact Talksport ITV are calling you now is an extra blessing in my eyes. No award defines the kid. Appreciate that. But these things are seasonal, man. They could go like that. This is why I'm so big on, you need your own platform and your own channel and things. And I wouldn't say I'm away from politics. Trust me. Like, this industry, Just like all the others, the award shows, YouTube, broadcasting. There's more politics than you can believe. We just have to be too good to ignore people. Right now, we're good. We need to become great. By the way, DG, when you did the World Cup draw with Cam and the other content creators with ITV, are you going to work with ITV again and do World Cup watch-alongs? We'll have to wait and see. We hope so. We hope so. We hope so. Ain't nothing new about the hustle, but it'll take time. I hear that, man. I hear that. So, yeah. But, yeah, Brazil probably aren't winning it, but I'm here regardless. My country is cooked. America. Yeah, I can't lie. America, I think you lot are going to do the shittest out of the three host nations. I think Mexico going to do the best. I think Canada, they might do a thing. Like, they might, because on paper, you kind of disregard Canada. They might just do something. America, you're going to be there for a good time, not a long time. Sorry, Americans, don't shoot me, man. You lot bring the vibes and that, but you see how they say Arsenal fans behave, yeah? You lot behave like that. You lot gas Pulisic. When you lot drew against us, I still haven't recovered from the amount of noise on this very platform you lot gave us. America will make it to the semis. Really? Really? You know they ain't doing that, man. Big up America, though. Best of luck. I hear the Ferguson tactics thing. Look how successful that Man United team was, and no one said a thing. Have you heard that song? What song? We need to focus on our remaining 7 games and forget about City. We should take it game by game. Man City can't win all their remaining games. I think you mean we should just focus on Bournemouth. But American fans will want to watch Brazil and Italy more than their own nation. Big up yourself, SJ. Yeah, probably. Our sports commentators are also deluded. Unfortunately, I'm not that insane. Incoming shambles of the World Cup. Less said that. It's coming home. Home could be Jamaica, Brazil, or England. Now, I need to stop talking like Jamaica's a shoe-in, innit? Because I ain't been sleeping too good, man. Like, Congo, man. Like, they're better than us. They're better tactically than us. Football's more their thing than ours. Our team is rubbed. My players are playing rubbed. The reality is we should have qualified for Jamaica. We should have qualified for the World Cup. Regardless, we've put ourselves in the shit. And if we're honest, obviously we want to be in the World Cup. It's the first time since 1998, but we're not ready, bro. For a variety of reasons. We need to do what Nigeria done, like really strip everything back. And there needs to be a mandate from those in charge. And we all know whether it's Jamaica, whether it's Gabon, whether it's Ghana. We all know like a lot of these countries have the same old issues. For me, I'm at the point, bro, go actually get the 30 England players or the players of English descent, the 30 ones, not the castaways. But unfortunately, you know, I do think Morocco are doing well in this regard. Nigeria are doing well in this regard. But there's still an element of a lot of these, man, Ivory Coast even, a lot of these, like you can look at Zaha, a lot of these, man, want to play for England first, innit? So it all depends, man. Again, people smash the like button. Now, on Noni Madueke. Noni Madueke is a doubt to face Arsenal's first leg of their Champions League quarter-final against Sporting due to a knee injury. England winger Madueke went to the ground after a collision with Uruguay's Rodrigo Arre in the 38th minute of Friday's 1-1 draw at Wembley Stadium. After the match, Madueke walked through Wembley's medium mix zone with a knee brace on his left leg, sparking fears of a serious issue. However, sources briefed on the injury believe that it's a minor issue, with the forward likely to miss the FA Cup quarter-final against Southampton on Saturday and possibly the first game against Sporting on April the 7th. So he's likely to miss 2 games. So we'll have to see. What has Thomas Tuchel said about Declan Rice and Bukayo Saka? He's defended his decision to allow Saka and Rice to return back to Arsenal. I mean, there was no point calling them up initially, then, innit? They wanted desperately to play to get the narrative straight, but it made no sense to make the risk. If it was the last game of the season, we would have kept them. But in this moment of the season, it did not make sense. The risk of making it was way too big. Tuchel, big up yourself. And as a former club manager in this climate, you probably are sympathetic to not just Arsenal, but a lot of international managers in that regards. And let's have it right. Rice, Saka, these kind of man, they're going anyways, innit? So you might as well experiment. There's probably, again, it's above my pay board. But what was the point calling, in the grand scheme of things, what was the point calling them up? And that's not necessarily directed at Tuchel. He's obviously come out and said, you know, the players wanted to play and things of that ilk. But yeah, they were both clearly in discomfort when we did the medical assessment. It made absolutely no sense that they stayed. So again, they are in discomfort. As I said earlier, at this point in the season, you'd be hard pressed if you go through Arsenal's whole squad, furthermore, Arsenal's whole squad, Man City's whole squad, Liverpool's whole squad, Chelsea, especially because they played in the Club World Cup. You go and ask all of those players. It don't mean you're injured, but there's knocks and niggles. There's been a lot of football last season, pre-season, international level, all the way up until this point. So there probably is, like, if Saka Rice were to tell me they're 100% fit, they're lying, isn't it? So on one hand, you can't read too much into it, but yeah, we can't afford any nonsense. What has Noni said? What has he said here? It helps them go back to clubs and perform. We want them to perform in their clubs, but also is our last camp before America. So we want to reconnect our principles. I'm not angry or upset with the players. I got the feeling that everyone was desperate to come. Some of the injured players even stayed to do their treatment. That shows they want to be around the group. No one left straight away. It's a good spirit, and that's how it should be. And then he went on to speak about that, and obviously big up Harry Kane and that, but it's a bit irrelevant from us. What's this? Okay, Noni, you're just regurgitating the same thing. Obviously, big up Tuchel. We know not just Arsenal squad, but a number of squads are under stress, people. And, you know, there's a scare around Martin Zubimendi, who also pulled out of international duty, and you would have seen images floating on Twitter of his also a knee injury. I must admit, the Zubimendis, obviously, big up Madueke, but Zubimendi, Eze, you know, Zubi's played a lot of minutes, and for whatever reason, whether it's Lewis Skelly or Norgard, occasional starts or off the bench, that's not happened, innit? You've played a lot of minutes, Rice played a lot of minutes, Saka has played a lot of minutes, and statistically, even though for a good part of this season, we was crying about, Eze, yo, play him, Arteta, why are you not busting him? Why is he on the bench? He's played a lot of minutes, so we've been dealing with injuries realistically since August, like, and that's we signed 8 players and barely sold or got rid of anyone, and we're still down to our bare bones several times. So you can never have enough players. Unfortunately, the decision makers, the powers that be, let's be brutally honest, footballers are guinea pigs. At the end of the day, they've got a product, which is the Premier League or the Champions League. How many games can we get on TV? How much money can we make via gate receipts, TV rights, etc.? They will just simply tell all of these clubs for club and country to get a big squad, just have better players, make them do their rehab better. They don't care, which is why I say in this world where football is flush with cash, I don't care what players get paid, because the players are not going to get paid that if it's not essentially pennies compared to the pounds being made. But that's just my 2 pence, man. But yeah, people talk to me. Great, 6 more trophyless years, nice, like, man. USA into the last 4, that's some premium gas, I can't lie. But America not doing nothing, bro. What's Marcel saying? DJ is part of the mainstream media now. He's compromised. I'm joking, man. Bless up, my bro. Big moves. Proud of you, my son. You're on big screens now. Shout out, man. But one love, man. I almost drove my car off the road listening to you and Ranch during Gala Talk on his show. Big up, Ranch. Big up yourself, CS. Don't do that, though. Park up. We need you to be alive or whatnot. Yeah, man. Me and Ranch do cook some good shows, and it was being a bit silly, but I can't lie, man. Like, I don't really want to talk about it, but this whole Gunner thing, like, what I would say, England, some of you English brothers, you're making us looking like an embarrassment. Americans are laughing. Canadians are laughing. Countries I ain't even heard of are laughing. You, man, I always tell you like this. Men are bigger groupies than gal. I can't lie to you. Men are groupies. There's nothing wrong with paying 50 quid to go run with Gunner if you like running club, if it's a chance to legitimately network. A lot of people do this networking thing. You lot were going there to be groupies. You want to take pictures? Oh, Gunner, run. Oh, my God. And just look cool. If you're going there, if I'm a running enthusiastic, and I'm going there, I might get a good soundbite with Gunner, ask him a sensible question. Why did you start running? What's been the biggest change? I might have a running club channel, obviously, bing, bang, boom, connect with other people of a similar level that have my passion for running and all of those kind of things. That's networking. This whole following each other because you all got mad followers and this groupie stuff. Oh, man, are tilting their heads, bro. A man is running, we're Gunner doing this. What's going on? What is... Oh, my days, man. Some groupie business. But yeah, Congo winning, bro. You seen what they did to Nigeria. Big up Nigeria, but we're not them. Talawa to the world. But when you get me, Jamaica always defined the odds, bro. When it was slavery, he was the first country, well, us and Haiti, he was the first to rise up. All we've got is passion. I can't lie. We can't beat Congo. Like, tactically, player ability, all the logical reasons don't filter into arting, innit? We just have to believe and just die on our sword and hopefully, and Bobby Reed and Leon Bailey ain't ever turned up for Jamaica. Well, fuck it. Yeah, man, just pack it up, man. We'll be there tomorrow anyways. England's quartering out. Netherlands would win it before England. France, Spain, or Messi, can't see anyone else winning if they got the best squads and can deal with the heat. You can't discount Argentina. Like, for me, it's how hungry you are. Like, because them, man, I do think there were some favorable decisions. But then, man, they were on it. Like, they were on it. They wanted to do it, but you've done it once. If I have to look at it, I think the best rounded squad for me is Spain. I think France, you can't look past them. They look mad. But I do think there'll be some surprises, man. You never know. Like, there's always a team that maybe doesn't necessarily win it, but pulls off some upsets. I think, well, you could say the whole of Europe is dealing with the amount of games being played, but we ain't got no like winter break. A lot of these players have played a lot of football, at the end of this year, but factoring last year. And then obviously you don't know for form. Form can go out the window because you do see some players playing out of their skin at club level. They go off and play at a tournament, it's dead. But you also see some players stink out the joint. They have good tournaments, but you look around the stars for England. Kane's obviously doing his thing. There's 1-2 other players, but Bellingham's been in and out with Morgan Rogers gone off the ball, but was doing well. But Bellingham's been in and out with fitness. Saka, Palmer, Foden, they're dropping stinkers at club level. As I said, I don't really believe in our defensive unit. I don't know what's going on at left back. Obviously, I like guys like Reece James and John Stones. And I've been telling you, if I'm England gaffer, Pickford, Luke Shaw, Harry Maguire, first names in the squad. But as I was saying, as the tournament goes on, Stones, Reece James, how are these kind of men going to navigate? Because it's a lot of games to play. Are you going to get injured? What's going to kind of happen? We have to navigate the tournament. Semis will be Spain, France, England, Argentina. Fair play. And even Warren, even Welbeck not getting called up. Listen, I can't tell Tuchel anything. I can't tell Southgate anything. But I've got the decisions I don't understand. I mean, it's Thomas Tuchel, innit? It's you're the gaffer. Like your name speaks for itself. I think it's bewildering because you look at, obviously, tactically, there's a bunch of players that can play up front. But if it's not Harry Kane, what's going on? It seems like he prefers Dominic Calvert-Lewin. For me, Welbs is there. Once upon a time, it would have been Ivan Toney, because if Kane gets injured or Kane's not doing the business, what happens? I don't understand why, because Danny Welbeck's even an option off the left. Yes, you can put Rashford up front and do all these things, but yeah, man, I'm not really for it, if I'm honest, man. Rashford's on the plane for me. The Spain ranked #1. Remember, Balogun plays for USA now. Who's that? The youth that couldn't make it at Arsenal. Eddie Nketiah made it and that. I have to slander Balogun because he's playing for you. Why is he playing for that? Because he's not good enough for England. I hear it. Arsenal should be using every tactic possible to get over the line this season. Facts. I remember them days when you were sitting in the forest doing deluded thoughts. You came a long way, my G. Triple salute. Appreciate you. Bringing them back soon. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. In September, we're going to go. I'm going to just say it. Some of you, this ain't going to make sense. Pigeons. They'll be back in September because that'll be 10 years on YouTube. I know, newcomer, right? Just shows you got to work harder. You know what I mean? Needed Nonny for Southampton. Trust. Big up Tommy Tukes every damn time. Look at Raheem, who's born in Kingston, still picked England. I wouldn't call him a sellout, man. But yeah, there's factors, man. Because let's be real, a lot of I hate to call it third world, but a lot of them, they're not serious, bro. Like, they're not serious. Like, the infrastructure, simple things like making sure players can get on a plane, it's not serious. So I do understand that not wanting to do it. But yeah, it is what it is, man. There's multiple reasons, man. I think there is a group of players who will pick, like, if you're English and Irish, some man might pick England, might pick Ireland because the England thing's not happening. Like, look at Rice and Jack Grealish, not to drop the minute, but you lot were on the Ireland thing. The minute, yo, England, we're gone. There's multiple things. There's that. There's also the traveling aspect, because if you play for England, you do have to travel. But international break, if I'm playing for a South American country or Jamaica, I'm going to have to go get in a plane. I just need to get in a car and go a couple of miles to Wembley or a couple of hours on the M-Way and I'm in St. George's. There's also that. It's crazy, man. Football mirror society, innit? Southampton are currently 6th in the championship, so both clubs are in a good spot where neither want tied legs for them. Bro, they're conceding goals for fun. We should be getting at them, man. Big up ITV, but through that, I've been taking even more interest into the championship. Southampton won't be easy, but that defense, we can get at them. Only parade happening is the dead bus one Spuds had before they got smoked. Dead. Parade in May. Dead. Jamaica could beat America in previous years. We're going to see DG in a BMW, mate. This guy. Man City are winning this league, deluded. I hope we prove you wrong. Pardon me. Serious breading. We're laughing at the Gunner fanboy. Glad he's not American. But there's bare of them. Like, there's bare. Like, for me, I don't know which is worse. The ones like, oh, I mean, a man just think. This is what I don't understand. Yeah, do you know how weird? You got to remember, these are human beings, and as a human, you're going to get overwhelmed by people. And on top of that, someone like Gunner, your whole life, or since you become a celebrity, every day you're being asked for stuff by people you know or people on the street. So if you genuinely want something for someone, connect with the guy, but ask the guy a proper serious question. Don't go when he's driving, when he's running past. Bearing in mind, you're a guy, all inclusive, but you're a guy. It's not like, you're some English Ashanti and that you might think, yeah, like, oh, how many likes to go backstage? Bro, what's going on? Out of all the questions, sometimes you only get one opportunity in life, How do you know if you didn't ask Gunner something serious in relation to running? because that's another thing. People think because you get traction online that everything's worked. How do you capitalize on that? And also, what you going viral for? And then you got, again, what I think is worse is my man running a gun at that. That's what gal do, man. Everything litty, I love when it's hot. It was raw. It was weird, fam. Groupie activity. Boy, come on, we do this thing, man. France winning the World Cup. Great goodbye and send off for Didier Deschamps as well, if that's the case. But yeah, Hincapié and Martin Zubimendi were the latest of the Arsenal players to return from their, international base. We've gone over Saka and Rice. We know the state of play with Noni Madueke as well. We also know William Saliba, Trossard, Timber, and Gabriel Magalhaes have also pulled out. Interestingly, here though, it says Eze suffered a calf injury which ruled him out of England duty, obviously, and he could be out for around a month. We've cheated it a tiny bit because we shaved maybe 2 weeks with the Southampton game in the international break. There are hopes he could be back in time for City. Hopes. And we know we're not going to learn. Arteta's weird when it comes to injuries, man. Like, he's very weird. Sometimes he's very specific and he's very blunt. Like, yo, my man's out for a while. My man will be back in a day or two. And he's telling the truth. A lot of the time, he plays a weird game. He'll make you believe someone's going to be there. They're not there. He'll make you believe someone's going to not be there and then they're there. I don't know, people. So, for me, I'm at the point where, listen, I wish everybody stays fit. Not just my footballers, but all footballers, because this is health. But as I've been saying from August, I just take it game by game. So, like, for example, when we play Southampton, whoever's in the matchday squad, either on the bench or in the 11, that's who we've got. Naturally, as a fan, though, looking at left back, Calafiori, and obviously Hincapié, you want to monitor that. Saliba and Gabriel, I think they're all right. Saliba makes me a bit nervous because he's clearly been, managing some level of an ankle knot. Mascara, make sure you return from Spanish football, from the Spain national team, and also yourself, Gyökeres, in one piece, people. Benjamin White, nice to see you get minutes for England, but another one we're having to monitor carefully. Odegaard isn't with his international base, but we're going to have to monitor you. Kai, the same. Obviously, Noni's out now. Saka's clearly in the red zone and playing shit. You look in the 10 row, there's no Marino. We've gone over Kai. Eze, we know what's at play. I don't want to be that guy, but you do wonder, why didn't you keep Wanyeri? It is what it is. Midfield with Rice and Zubimendi, Arteta, whether it's Miles Lewis-Skelly, whether it's Norgard, whether it's other players that can play in midfield. As I keep saying, this is where the gaffer has to earn his money. What you do or not do, how you pivot the squad, how you manage the squad. Because again, you're kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't. And we're kind of at the mercy of what we've got available. But like, it's since like that Southampton game, the games are coming thick and fast. Where does the rest come from? And because we ain't played for a minute, are you going to go strong against Southampton? Are you going to rest players? And I say the word rest subjectively because we're at the point now. Rest can't mean no minutes for most of you. It can mean maybe you start the game. By God's grace, we put the game to bed. There's 30 odd minutes to go. Like, let's just assume the next two games we're 3-0 up at halftime. You might be able to take Rice off and save him for half an hour in each game, which equates to an hour. You get where I'm going. I don't feel there's any rest. I really don't. Wish we could convince Elise to play for England, bro. Elise and Musiala. Musiala, in my opinion, was always going to go do the Germany thing. But I remember Southgate, man. When Southgate was sitting there saying, he's got to go through the under-21s and do all of this and that. Germany were like, forget that. Forward straight away to the national proper thing. Crazy works, man. Crazy work. So I am nervous. I am nervous around the fitness of our players. Obviously, I'm still licking my wounds from the cup. I want to win everything. I'm with you, lot. Like, we all probably share. We might not agree on everything, but we probably all share the same sentiments, people. Where is that Arteta thing? These are the records Arsenal are chasing. Most wins in the season. We've got 38 already. Can beat 41. Most goals scored. Best win percentage. Most different goal scorers. Oh, man, see bear of these statistics. And it just reminds me that we are a good team with a good gaffer. But the topic has been getting over the line and winning. That is now, these statistics show me you've got a good team. Whether we've won, lost, or drawn, we've competed and we've not got battered, and we've competed tactically with some of the best managers available. I'm not happy to not get over the line, but when was the last time we was in a cup final? We've made steady progression in the Champions League. They are not successes for me, per se. They're progression, they're not successes. That just reflects we're a good team. And then if we waffle about our defense, the form isn't quite there. We're not necessarily happy with all our attackers, but there's more to give. The gaffer is a decent gaffer. I think it's a fair question. The better you get year in, year out, or when these things come up, why have we not got over the line? I'm only interested in history now. This shows me we're a good team. Great teams, 2026. Premier League winners, Champions League winners, FA Cup winners, this, that, and the other. Because for a lot of these players, I'll just say some names: Saka, potentially Gyökeres, Eze, Odegaard for sure. A lot of these players, in the last 4 years, this might not be your best individual season where you're scoring goals, you're getting assists, you're playing out your skin, but it might be your best season because you would have won something. No one cares really about what anybody did in 2022, 23, or 23, 24, because it's all been in vain. We've had some good days out. We've won some battles. Now it's time to win a war, people. Again, you have to be very careful on social media, people, but Arsenal are in advanced talks with Mikel Arteta over a new long-term deal. Now, I will say this. Do we really think that's not the case? Do we really think, bearing in mind, you're seeing a lot of changes. It's not really relevant, but Edu's gone. Who else has gone? James Ellis is gone. Bert has just come in. There's going to be a need. There's been a lot of moving parts above board. There's going to be players moved on as well. There's obviously players being given new deals. They're not going to let the gaffer go. We know we're in a weird situation where I think there's logic with keeping the guy, but I'm not on this just keep him just because what are we going to do? We could get worse. The guy's a great gaffer, a good gaffer, sorry. Needs to become a great one, a winning cut gaffer, because I can waffle about your tactics, whether I've liked your decisions or not. There's a lot to like, but crossing over the line's another thing. They've probably been in talks. I personally think a new deal's been signed. I don't know if winning, there's logic with if the Cronky said, you know what, we've given you 15 mil a year, we've backed out bare money, you're getting close, but why are you not winning? And that would be a prominent question for me if I was Josh. Why are we not getting over the line? Another one would be, are we going to look after the wages? Are we going to get a bit better at selling? So there probably has been that. Now, whether he should be given a new deal before we win something is another thing, which I think is valid. Apparently, the proposed contract would extend his stay by another 6 years, potentially keeping him at the club until 2033. This ain't me trying to gas the gaffer, but if he did leave, any top job, I'm not saying he would get it, he would feature on a shortlist. The guy is a good gaffer, and in many ways, we're not lucky to have him. He's lucky to be at Arsenal. Like, we're a massive club. It's as simple as that. So there's a lot to discuss. I have looked online. There ain't anywhere else really creditable saying this, but if you were to put a gun to my head and say, if Arsenal win stuff, will he get a new deal? Yeah. Gun to my head, if we don't win anything, is he going to get one? Yes, because I think we've been competitive. The Champions League bread is still there. We're one of the most marketable clubs. As long as we don't collapse, because there's always a silver lining. I'm not saying I'm happy with this, but you could say, well, we ain't won the League Cup since 1990. We ain't won the League Cup since 1993. We ain't got to a final and whatever. You got us there. We're still competing in the Prem. You get where I'm going, in it. I think he has to earn the new contract for what it's worth. I'd like Gaffer, you need to win, bro. You need to win. I can't tell you if we get rid of this guy, if we're going to get better or worse, but at some point, you have to try something new. And I'm not even saying get rid of the guy, keep the guy. I'm simply saying, and this is me, until we win a Premier League, I'm on anything. If getting rid of the gaffer gets us closer to doing that, or if keeping him, I think every option should be on the table. The rebuild is over. Like, you've done well. Like, as a club, we've had some, and I'd even extend it to Edu, because as much as I wasn't a fan of Edu, all the bad that you done here, I'm ready to mention it, but all the good that's happened at the club that you was there, you played a part. The rebuild is over. We're competitive again. We've got good age profiles. It's about getting over the line. And if you don't get over the line, Gaffer, I admire it. You showed big bollocks to take this job as your first job, and obviously with the climate. Wenger built the home. You've added a little paint of it on it and whatnot. The next guy might take it actually from being a house to a home. It might actually just get us over the line. Like, we got maybe if I do this and that, because we're in a deficit. In the last 4 years, like, for argument's sake, all we can do is dream. It's not reality. But you really exclude this year, in fact. In the last 3 years, could we have won a Premier League trophy? Regardless of, we know we didn't, but could we have won it? I believe yes. Could we have won it twice? Could we have done a three-peat? Could we have won some domestic cups? This is all we've got. Arteta should not get a new contract until he wins a major trophy. If Arteta fails and gets a new contract, I will not be watching Arsenal again. Also, this will prove Josh Kroenke ain't serious. You're definitely going to watch Arsenal again. Arteta ball for 6 more years. Lord have mercy. That Gunner thing is nothing compared to what I saw today. Woman slept with 2 twins and they can't find out who the dad is. DNA too close. It could cost 90k to get a proper answer. Flipping out. Damn. To be fair, he's contracted until 2027, so they probably are in talks. DG, what's your opinion on Middlesbrough's tactics? Could they work in Prem? They'd have to tweak it, but Middlesbrough, Coventry, the race to the top, yeah, it'd be The race for promotion, it looks quite good in the Championship. They can't be giving Arteta a new deal now. Surely it makes more sense to wait and see what happens at the end of the season. Told man, you're getting Teta for 2 decades. Don't matter when he signs. He's doing 20 to life hits. I don't think he'll be here past the 10-year mark. I think he will want to leave and reset and do all of these kind of things, man. Jack and Rice, they played for Ireland, but that's because they thought they wouldn't get in, but they're born in England, so it is what it is. Cooling shows planned in the future. I'd love to, but you lot don't support me enough. Like, no one's going to be here to cool in it, so it'd be dead. Can't trust tons with dad looks. In Gapier, definitely missing the Southampton game. Maybe back for Lisbon, but I doubt it. Pulled something running and wanted off straight away. All we can do is hope for the best, prepare for the worst. And Lewis Kelly, stay ready, man. Stay ready, stay ready, stay ready, stay ready. Why the heck are they playing friendlies to risk the Prem? Teta's tactics are brutal, zero faith in them. Bro, how have you spanned that? They just care about money, bro. As an international manager, naturally, it's one more chance to see players up close and personal and with a World Cup make some decisions. But let's have it right. The people that control the game that we love, as at the end of the day, they see bums on seats. Where, like, if you're physically going to the games, TV rights, however you're watching it, that's all they care about. They could give a monkeys about these players. Like, they could give a monkeys. God forbid a player breaks his leg. Like, your star man breaks his leg, play another player. They don't care. And this is why I don't blame clubs and players for being selfish. Dare I say, all footballers, you need to be more selfish now than ever. Because the games that you're playing, some of you are getting exposed to games younger, and there's more games and the physicality. And we all know football's always been, you literally have always been an athlete, but it's more about being an athlete, what you eat, how you sleep, recovering. You know, there is a degree of players play with injuries. Managers know, man, have knocks and they're not 100%, but like, morality starts getting blurred, because if I'm a manager, I'm not going to sit here and lie. If I know my star man is 60% fit, man, are on me to win stuff, I can't do it without him. Yo, get out there. Get out there. You might not necessarily listen. The players don't listen at times, because that's another thing. To be fair to the manager, yeah, sometimes players don't listen. Sometimes players know in the back of your head, everybody's had an injury. You know, if whether you're going gym or playing football, you know, we've all been there. Like, yeah, it's cool, but you know, in the back of your mind, your shoulder, like in my case right now, your shoulder's fucked up, your ankle's hurting, you're forcing it. And I think I look at Kai Havertz or Gabriel Jesus. It's like, you man always come back quick from your injuries. Like the last 2 major injuries you've had, you man come back quick, and then there's a reset. So yeah, man. Unfortunately, if you don't rotate when you can, then you're not prepared to rotate when you have to. But yeah, listen, make sure there's a parade in May in it. Just make sure there's a parade in May. That's all I want to hear, man. Bro, they're on to Spence. And I know he plays for Spurs, but I rate Spence. They're on to him, bro. Like, how many players don't sing the national anthem? We know why they're doing that. Man just want to be mad for obvious reasons. We know what they're trying to do with Spence. Keep your head up and keep doing your thing. It's just a shame you play for that shit club. Happy with Arteta new deal. God willing, we win the lot in these 6 years. But the dream is free. Big up DG and one love to DG Nation. Hit the like button. I've got a lot of time for the gaffer. I've got a lot of admiration. I've told you lot before. I'd love to sit down and talk tactically with the gaffer. But bro, you've made me believe we can win stuff. Like, I rate you that much, man. I have to win stuff. If I rate my defense, rate my ethos, let's have it right. From August to now, Arsenal fans, we've been nitpicking and bitching about 1-2 things. Myself included, the attack and this and that. We've got to a final call. We never won it. We're still in 3 trophies. If you really rate the gaffer and these players, and I'm not saying you have to think they're all world-class and all that jazz. We're having sensible conversations. If you genuinely rate the guys, yeah, you would be how I have to gaslight you a little bit. If you genuinely rate everything connected to us, then it's fair to ask why we've not got over the line. I'm not just, and I understand some Arsenal fans are too young to even remember anything beyond Arteta or us being in this kind of realm. Some Arsenal fans older than myself, we've been battered, we've been bruised. So we're finally somewhat decent. This is a better poison. It's now time to create history during this Emirates era. We're in a deficit. Now we've added 1-2 trophies, but remember, like, they still do it. But before 2014, when we won that FA Cup, anytime we lost, and you're watching it on Sky Sports, anytime Arsenal lost, they would have a bitch and a moan, and we're bottlers, we're soft, we're this, we're that. And then what would they do? Oh, can we get the cameraman on? You would see them pan around the Emirates. You know, when it shows all the bits of silverware we won, and they'll go slow and slow and slow. They just show the drought. Silverware, bro. Like Saliba said, man, I'm tired of being on empty-pocketed. You should be nervous. He better play his best team in the FA Cup, or it's just going to get worse. Well, I get nervous about what I can't control. If we win, great. We lose, is what it is. It's crazy, though, even though you're ahead in the league, the FA Cup is the best chance of winning something, because City with a game in hand in head, and you have to play City. The pressure's all on you. City, no, they. I hear that, but you could flip that and say the pressure's on City because they want City, but in previous years, I would have subscribed to the rhetoric of games in hand of basically 3 points for City. There's no guarantee they win their game in hand. They have to beat us as much as I want to beat them. I believe Arsenal have to win because I ain't seen us win at the Etihad, and I don't subscribe to this rhetoric of we don't have to win. I don't want no complacency. We have 9 points. Granted, that's a false kind of 9 points because if they do win their game in hand and do beat us, it turns to 3. I think both teams are dropping points. They need to win every game just as much, if not more than us. They need to win at our place. How? It don't make sense. It sounds great because we don't like Arsenal and whatnot. And I'm not even saying we're not going to... I want us to win the league, but everything's up for debate. A lot of what people are saying about Manchester City winning that League Cup, they were saying when they won at Anfield. And I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying a week is a long time. I believed in a lot of us. Whoa, against Wolves, it's looking left now. What happened then? So it's down to these boys not to make that something. What's the word with Eze? There's hope he will be back after City. The news has me furious. Incompetency shouldn't be rewarded. I wouldn't say Arteta's incompetent. Right? Let's use the right words. I wouldn't say he's incompetent. Struggling to get over the line and having to review you purely on that, great. But you don't get Arsenal competing 4 years on the spin and doing what we've done. Again, no trophies, whatever. If we're having a serious conversation, that can't be incompetence. Stubbornness, learning from mistakes, proactiveness, squad rotation, learning from your own failures, wanting to see something different that haven't lasted from last season. Feeling like, and this is me, we're 90% there, but that 10% game management, unpredictability, difference of tactics, not, reviewing yourself. These are the questions. If we want, I keep saying this, nobody here has won the Premier League. The Gaffer the same as a group. So if we want to get into a realm that we haven't been before, everyone needs to be something they haven't been. Gaffer, I haven't learned anything new about you tactically or pivoting. You get where I'm going. Defenders, in a good way, I ain't learned nothing about you. You man are savage. Attackers, in a bad way, I ain't learned nothing. Trossard, you was doing your thing first half of the season. Martinelli kind of in a squad rotation. Eze, fair enough, you found your feet you found your feet this year and you got injured. Gyökeres, we're getting something out of it now. Saka, you ain't been doing it. Noni, I actually like you. I still maintain we probably shouldn't have bought you. There's no goals and whatnot, but we're at where we're at. I haven't seen nothing different there. I still look at my attack. I don't know what I'm getting. It's still another year where been saying for the last 4 years, I know we're going to score goals, but who is going to score goals? And you can, because I remember going to war with you lot in the 2022-23 season. We've got goals from different areas. Yes, we need that. That's great. But if we want to go to being a great team, you need to be able to, like Liverpool, Mane's doing X amount, Salah's doing this. I'm not saying everyone can be like that. Obviously, you can't go and find another Haaland. Haaland getting X amount, this doing whatever. This takes you from being a good team, which we are, to a great team. Odegaard will be back before Eze. I mean, this owner, Josh, is not serious. Arteta has won nothing in 6 years to be getting paid additional 6 years. Makes no sense. I'm sorry, DJ. I don't rate Arteta simply because he has no trophies. Does have a trophy. He has 3 of them. I'm being silly. He's got an FA Cup. He needs to get over the line. Any extension is 90% reliant upon winning. These owners have 5 sports. They're no dummies. I hear that, yeah. But in the same vein, that if you're trying to give Arteta a new deal, rightly or wrongly, like, let's remove our emotions for a sec now. You've been in talks all season, right? If you are of the belief, like, let's assume I'm Josh Kroenke. If you are of the belief that, if he doesn't get over the line, you've taken us as far as you can, cool. Do you not need to be talking to different managers now? And I know people are going to say who we're going to get. I don't know. If we could, I want a Luis Enrique in it because I just feel you would do what I need in it. Or if you could find the next Jurgen Klopp, something like that. There ain't too many. Yeah, we could talk about the new upcomers, but you get where I'm going. You need to know the new manager. And even off topic, that whole who are we going to get thing is kind of redundant because these men plucked Arteta out of quote unquote nowhere. He had no credentials. Beyond what we hear, he's a good manager, the all or nothing. He worked with, obviously, Sane and Sterling. They gave him the job. So my point being is, I'm even looking at you lot because I do think the lines get blurred. I do think there's a section of our fan base who are committed to supporting Arteta more than supporting the club. And I think there's individuals who hate Arteta more than, actually supporting the football club, where the truth's in the middle. The man is a good manager. He's done a lot for us. But we can't look in the past no more. Because what Ramsdale did in the past, it didn't matter. The best option was Raya on the table. What Tierney did in the past, it did not matter. You get where I'm going. We have to evolve. So that same ruthlessness has to fall on the Gaffer. As I said, we're missing that. For me, we're missing that 10%. But just get me some silverware, man. Cup final is not something to celebrate. We failed to get there because of him. Huh? I'm not celebrating the cup final. Are you willing to get rid of him and maybe get a slot who wins one league and then falls off? Chance it. I want domination. I'm sorry but no team has the right to win. Please don't. I know you're not talking to me, but don't gaslight me. We all know no team has the right to win. Like, that's not going to bang. Everything should be on the table. We could persist with Mikel Arteta and we win stuff every year. We could keep the guy and we keep having these conversations. We could get a new manager and we win the league and then it ends up like slot. We could get a new manager and it gets even better. My point being, every option has to be on the table. That's like being with a girl. That's like being in a relationship with a girl. You know you're not necessarily happy, but she's done good things. You're not happy. The spark's kind of dead, but you don't want to leave because you don't believe you can find better, or you're afraid to be alone. There was Arsenal before Arteta. There was Arsenal after Arteta. And if I'm brutally honest, I know the dynamics are different. And I've actually been fair to Arteta. He's praised for a lot of things Wenger was hounded out for. No team has the right to win, but we need to win. It's a city that no matter what, like, there's no gaslighting. Like, man need to win. It don't matter what we say. The manager says, I want to win. It's time to win silverware. Every one of those players says the same things. And if they're not saying that, we want to give something to the fans. And if they're not saying that, it's not been nice to fall short. And I don't doubt Arteta's stamina and motivation, like Wenger said, God forbid. But if we end up silverwareless, to pick up and go again, time waits for no one. The whole team will have to do that. But you have to give serious conversation to, where do we go from here? What more can you say? Do you need different legs? Because I do feel there's certain things Arteta could do. Obviously, the slot example, he fucked up, innit? He's fucked up this year. He seems, if anything, him winning that league title in hindsight, it made him probably believe in his source a bit too much. He's had too many options this year. And to a degree, I do kind of feel that with the gaffer, you know, because it's a bit weird because he's got a lot of options, but he kind of picks the same thing. I do think when Arteta was kind of forced to do certain things, we got a bit more bang for our buck. My point being, I'm on everything. If we get a new manager, God, like I'm just gonna say I want the gaffer and all these players to win, right? But if we get a new man, I can only speak for myself. We go and get a new manager. If he wins us stuff, I'm not. I know some people are. I'm not gonna be like, oh, I told you Arteta dick suckers. You should have. If we get a new manager and it collapses, I'm not gonna be like, we should have kept Arteta. It is what it is. Listening on my way home from hospital. Queen of the South, I hope you're okay. Whatever's going on in the hospital, hope you and your loved ones are all right. And that's on behalf of myself and obviously the chat. Arteta for 6 more years. These lot are clueless, as if we didn't see 23, 24, and even 22, 23. Even the likes of Haaland aren't scoring. But yeah, blame Teta, who has Trossard and Nelly on the wings. I'm not going to lie. The same things that we praise him by with the players, you have to hold that. You assembled the squad. I'm not saying you're saying this, Momo, man, but that is one thing that frustrates me. Like, man, act like this ain't his team. Like, man, nobody's in this team or out this team because of the gaffer. This is you. How do we know? But at the end of the day, bro, it's yours. You spent 50 million on Madueke, you know. You did that. You bought another left back. I wanted Hincapié, so we can't. You're not crippled. You're the manager. You're not a head coach. You're the manager. And let's be real. There's certain decisions that are above board that he has a say in. This is why I think you have to be fair. You can't blame him for everything. You can't absolve him of any blame. You need to go over the line, bro. Big up Ipswich. They're doing their thing. DG, could it be training drills that contribute to these injuries? Maybe, but I just think it's the dynamics of the game because, you know what? In terms of resting and saving legs, cool, the gaffer has to hold that. But I don't agree with training. You do need to train the way you play. And obviously, when you're playing 3 times in 10 days, or twice a week, you're actually not doing intensive training drills. The vast majority of it is more tactical. So like when you watch All or Nothing and they're doing, oh yeah, like this is the behaviors of the team. I need you here. It's more recovery, swimming, and all of that. He didn't give deals to Saliba. It's better. Yardman is fuming if Arteta is staying 6 more years. Well, just win stuff. Just win stuff. Everyone's allowed an opinion. And I genuinely think, yeah, owing to where we're at now, you can't 100% say Arteta's going to get us over the line. You can't 100% be slagging him off. The truth is in the middle. And now it's down to the gaffer. Win us some shit. We don't want to have these conversations, bro. Surely Arteta should only be offered a contract extension or new deal once he's achieved silverware with Arsenal, not before. That seems to be the general consensus in the chat. 9 of the 10 Arsenal outfielders who have played the most minutes this season have pulled out of international duty this month. Gyökeres is the only one not to have withdrawn. To be fair, you know what? Sweden, one game away from obviously being in the World Cup. As we've said, apparently Eze is in contention to face Manchester City next month, despite suffering an injury that will rule him out for at least the next few weeks. So fingers, toes, everything crossed. That was reported by John Cross, people who said he could be back in time for April the 19th. Or you know what? God, please, man. Odegaard, Eze, Kai Havertz. I need attackers. The whole team, attackers, you need to step up now. I need a purple patch. Because I know amazing attacking football ain't cut. You need to. Because being an attacker is a great job. You know, even though we all know our defense has done it for the majority of the season, you lot scored a goal that mathematically wins us a cup final or wins us the Premier League. It's you lot who are praised, you know. It's you lot who's praised. So I need you lot to step up, man. 11 players. But we need to be doing this all the time, bro. We need to be doing this all the time. All the time. All the time. All the time. Gary Lineker accuses Arsenal of using Sir Alex Ferguson tactic to win the Premier League. The first thing I would say is big up Gary Lineker, because I think you're quite a truthful man when it comes to football discussion. So I do think the article, the title is to get people up, give people the hump and whatnot. And what I would say is, if I just look at that title at face value, Arsenal using Sir Alex Ferguson tactic to win the Premier League. Sir Alex Ferguson was a serial winner. So any tactics you could take from him, Wenger, Pep, this one, that one, and get us to where we need to be, I'm on that. What has he said? I just want to see the quotations, man. Specifically, what has the guy said? Interestingly, a couple of Arsenal players have pulled out of this squad. Both Saka and Rice have gone. They've joined people like Saliba and Gabriel and one or two other players. I think Arteta is playing a Sir Alex Ferguson role here. Is that all he said? All managers have done, but generally it's down to the players. The manager would always pressure you to pull out friendlies in particular. It happened to me a couple of times, and on both occasions I said no chance. So there's also that. It's not surprising it happens and it goes on. You got to look at it from his point of view, the club's point of view. I guess they're looking at it and trying to make history. That's fine. You've got the right to do that as a player. They're both friendlies, and if there are two that are pretty much guaranteed a place in the squad, as Rice and Saka are, Madueke has pulled out with injury. Okay, fair enough. So they did you a bit dirty. On Sandro Tonali, I don't think anybody's interested in anything regarding Sandro Tonali unless the transfer window's open. Arsenal have an interest in Sandro Tonali and keep following the situation. Newcastle expect movement around Tonali this summer. They know the player could be open to a new experience. Man United have already confirmed their interest. I think Man United purely because they'll pay a bit more. I don't believe this. I wouldn't mind signing the young Gabriel Magalhaes, but for what it's worth, apparently Arsenal are interested in Nottingham Forest's Murillo, who we all remember their performance against City, so he could be Arsenal in disguise. Yesterday, you would have seen Christian Falk of Sky Germany said we're currently favourites to sign Germany striker Nicolo Tredozzi. He's 21 years of age. He plays for Club Brugge. Apparently, the club is seriously interested and talks are underway. We need to make a tactical vid of his thing, people. Tonali to Man United, Anderson to City, but Arsenal could join the conversation. We've seen this before. Adam Wharton, Elliot Anderson, Sandro Tonali, they seem to be all the range if you want a midfielder, people. There's also interest from Arsenal confirmed, but again, nothing advanced either. For Italian clubs, including Juventus, the deal would be financially almost impossible. Everybody's interested, but it's down to how much you think they're worth. United are going to get Champions League football, but for argument's sake, we all know all clubs are talking with prospective new players, and they've been doing that for a number of months. But until you're Man United and you're confirmed in the Champions League, how far are you going to commit to it? For Arsenal, how much are you going to pay for Tonali when you need to maybe shell out a left wing and do other things? Who knows? And without outgoings, because you've still got extreme. I think obviously you want to bring money into the club. I think the most important thing for Arsenal is outgoings. Obviously, I'm only interested in incoming, more competitive squad, but I think it's outgoings. I think it's getting the wage bill down. Zini's gone. Fabio Vieira needs to go. Nelson needs to go. Gabriel Jesus needs to go. You have the Benjamin Whites, the Trossards, the Martinellis. I do think they're allowed to leave, but it's probably more reliant on certain offers if they want to leave, if we can get replacements in or upgrades. Because as much as some people would say get rid of Martinelli and Trossard, that's great. They're gone. And Jesus. But we know we're going to have less bodies. And we can see this season and last season, and the season before that, and the season before that, why you need a big squad. So not everybody that you want to move, it's not FIFA, innit? It's not going to quite happen like that. Elliot Anderson's probably going City for what it's worth. So yeah, it is what it is in that regards. Hincapié has undergone medical and in imaging tests on his injury suffered on international duty. His availability for the FA Cup quarter-final this weekend is a greater doubt than those who were withdrawn from their national squads as a precaution. Lewis Skelly, stay warm. Premier League goals from relevant strikers signings. That is for a video I'm editing for you lot, people. I did see this tweet and I do agree with it because I do think there's some Arsenal fans who just need to accept certain things. Arsenal fans aren't mean enough. That's the problem. Too many of us still want to be liked by rivals. We want to be seen as classy and dignified and the golden standard of fandom. I'll look them in their eyes, tell them they're speaking nonsense and tell them to fuck off. I finally found my people. And I can't lie, when other teams were withdrawing from international duty, I never saw articles like this. So I'm not even going to give time and effort to it. Apparently, Man United are attempting to hijack our move for Goretzka, people. Which I more see with Goretzka signing and we put the bag down on the left wing and then I see Tonali, if that makes sense, people. Regarding Arsenal, they're likely to have a limited budget in the summer after spending around 250 million on signings ahead of the season. So the free agent market could be important. And again, Mr. Goretzka seems to be someone featuring on everyone. We've signed the lad from Wingate and Finchley, people. We've secured a deal to sign a highly rated defender. He's been signed to our under-15s and he's got jetting off with the young lads to China. So I'll big him up on that and welcome to the club, Mr. What is your name? Luton, something Luton. Really should go to the top of the article. Well, Luton? There's no way I can pronounce that. Mr. Luton, one love, man. Arteta loves Tonali, apparently. Bro, I don't want to hear none of this, man, because it's a tricky operation. What's Mascara said? Oh, sorry, I thought this was a Mascara article. I'm sure I've got one here. We've gone over injuries, man. And to be fair, at this point now, they're all going to regurgitate the same things. I'm probably only interested in anything regarding injuries at the very earliest, Mikel Arteta's press conference, if he feels like sharing anything of significance with us, people. Let's start closing things. Tab police, look away, man. Look, the tabs are looking better, no? No? Everything's just injury crisis. What's this? Arsenal sends scouts to watch highly rated 6'5" star over cut price deal. So, we've spoken about this before, but we're looking at the Scottish defender, under-19s captain Alfie Osborne, who plays for Hearts. Buy them low, sell them high, innit? I mean, if you could get him for 160 grand for a football club, it's peanuts, innit? Signs for us. Develop him. If he developed to the first team, great. If we sell him for a profit, why not, people? No one don't care about City's points deduction. Everybody's saying the same things about Tonali at this point. What's Christian Mascara said, people? You pronounce it Bo, mate. His name is Bo Luton. Bo, mate, Luton. Okay, Bo Luton. Okay, there we go. Thank you, boring AFC, man. Great save. Call you David Ryan now. He's a decent manager. Oh, sorry. I'm getting involved in stuff that don't concern me. You lot are chatting in the chat. Sorry. I think Martinelli is better, but the manager is squandering him and Eze among others. Martinelli a lost cause, man. I'll be real, bro. You're a tool in the toolbox now. You're a lost cause, bro. Like, certain man, I'm not going to lie, he's 24, 25. Man, I have to accept it for what he is. Dowman has to start games now. He's our best attacker. We need to stop this protection nonsense. Saka is washed. There is an element of you do need to protect Dowman, but he's a tool in the toolbox. Utilize him. We do need to remember the man's 16. And there's no way I would advocate talent alone. If talent was the only hindrance, if talent was the only conversation, you got talent to play every week. But he's 16. There is an element of us needing to bring the temperature down. And if, all right, let's just say, cool, we're going to start him. Are you that confident in starting him Sporting, Southampton Sporting, Bournemouth Sporting? Because I'm not saying you're not, but the same people waffling about Max Dowman, and Mad Max is a great player. The minute he has a player where he looks like a young, in the same way against Everton, he looked more mature beyond his years, there's going to be games where you look immature. And we know how football works. 1 minute you're the best thing since sliced bread, now you're shit, you're this, that, and the other. Put a poll on the issue. But Arteta's new deal. Fuck it. For you lot, why not? Ooh. Should Arteta get a new deal? I'm just going to straight up ask you lot, yes or no. So take part in the voting, people. What if we won the league this season and Arteta doubled down on the same stinky football next season? Then he's going to have to keep winning stuff. I'll be real. As much as it's not the football I like, if you're winning stuff, I can't tell you anything. I want the chat to tell me who got any better under Arteta. 6 years, no trophy. Our players sell for bad money. Let's be fair to the guy, man. Like, we don't need to cap, bro. Like, we don't need to cap. Like, as much as I've got a lot of criticisms about the gaffer, Emil Smith-Rowe, Bukayo Saka, Martinelli, Odegaard, you've had just standout seasons under the guy. And as much as I share you lot's frustrations with us needing to put the handbrake down, show a bit more in the final third. You lot knew, I said in the summer, as much as cool, I'm great with Gyökeres, gas with Eze. There's a tax that has to be applied because of the tactics. Obviously, all of these players also, as much as I've just said there's a tax, you have to pull your finger out. In life, you are in control of your own destiny, innit? Them players, I said, have had that. Magalhaes, since the moment Magalhaes has signed to this point, he's been on a trajectory. William Saliba, people didn't want David Raya. Fair enough, he's alienating Miles Lewis-Skelly at this moment, but we know what he did last season. He did give debuts to Max Dowman and Wanyeri. There's a lot of good things the gaffer's done. Benjamin White, Juri and Timber, Mascara's getting better. You know, for me, attacking tactics, more proactiveness with game management, with changing game states like we saw in the final. No more projects. And in fact, I'm a liar. Brazilian wonder kids, them kind of guys. No more fairly experienced projects. And what I mean by that is a Kai Havertz, a Noni Madueke, big them up. We're at where we're at. I don't want to sign no more players that start with, when we're talking about them, the sentence starts with, if Arteta can. Dead. Because that has to be with everyone. We need Shaw, definitely in attack now. Definitely in attack now. There's not been enough bang for our buck. Bottom line, this season, even the shitty teams can take points off you, particularly when you're more tired and they can go steal points. Yep. Arteta got more money than most. I agree. These lot blaming Arteta for negative players, but no props, if we know. He has to hold smoke for a lot of negatives, but he also got a lot of things to praise Donny for, man. No one can sit here and just blast the guy and just say it's been dead. It's because it's not been. I think the Noni signing was needed, though. I can't lie. In terms of what Noni's brought, I like Noni. I like your attitude. I like you. Like, considering where we're at now, I like you, Noni. But you don't get enough goal. You're doing your thing, you know. Arguably, some would want Saka, you to bench Saka. I like how you like to take on your man. But if we really, I know 50 million is peanuts in today's day and age, but what have we got for it? How many goals have you got? Because we've added another player into the attacking ranks. And this is on the gaffy, and I'm not really on Noni. Another player into the attacking rank where you don't really know what he's doing. None of these attacking players are bad players, you know. And as I said, they need to pull their fingers out. But when you group them together, if you split up our defensive unit, our midfield unit, and our attacking unit, it's the attacking unit. You're like, now granted, we ain't won a Premier League trophy. But that's saying defense wins titles. I think we've got a defense and a collective defensive ethos to win titles. The attack, I don't know what I'm getting. It surprises me, and it doesn't surprise me that you man score. The only surprise I've seen in attack is Trossard first half of the season. I haven't learned nothing. None of these attackers are set up in the best way to thrive in the tactics, and again, they all need to pull their fingers out. So yeah, Mascara reveals which two players have most helped him settle down. Big him up. I bet surely it's got to be the Spanish lads. The 21-year-old has now made 25 appearances. You know what? I appreciate you, Mascara, so much, man. So much quality player with a bright future ahead of you. I spent practically half my life or my whole life in Valencia, and leaving what's been your home isn't easy, but it was the right decision. I'm very happy in London. I've settled in much quicker than I thought I would. We all know the Premier League is a very physically demanding league. I was aware of that. Many people had told me that given my playing style, I'd be a good fit for the Premier League. I think that when the time came for me to step up and prove myself, I did well. And you also did. And I know we didn't get them, yeah, but we was linked with Howson, Gurhey in the summer, some more expensive kind of players. Had we have got them and not spent 30 million on Mascara, them man might have done well. But how much would that have affected other things? I think when the time came for me to step up and prove myself, I did well. From day one, the two of them have been by my side, giving me advice, and also always trying to look after me like parents, like older siblings. I'm very grateful to them. They are two of the best centre-backs in the world. It's a pleasure and a privilege to train with them and watch them play every weekend. So I assume he's talking about Magalhaes and Saliba. In recent years, Arsenal haven't quite achieved what it set out to do, but I think we're ready this year. We know we have the chance to win titles. We're going to do everything we can to bring joy to the fans. In the Champions League, I think we're doing pretty well this season. We're in the quarterfinals now, and hopefully we can go further and win it. What else has he said? This article's shambles, man. You've got the same thing twice. Fair enough. Anywho, people. Anywho's. Elliot Anderson, could this be a bit of insight? Declan Rice has helped me on and off the pitch. Just little things on the training pitch, bits of advice, putting his arm around me and just building on a relationship in midfield. I'm trying to learn from him. Come and sign for the Arsenal lad. My hot take, let's try and get Endrick from Real Madrid. And apparently we've tried to sign Nico Paz. We've been rejected and rebuffed. He's set to go to Real Madrid, so we won't waste time looking at that. Atletico Madrid are apparently interested in Gabriel Jesus and Gabriel Martinelli, and we're willing to sell. Makes sense. Can't quite say I believe it. We're still linked with Julian Brandt, people, on a free transfer. We're still being linked with Tino Livramento. Can't see that happening, if I'm honest with you. Good player, though. Would have him for what it's worth. But, yeah, man. So, yeah. What else are we saying? I'll leave you lot in the chat to argue. He is awful. How the fuck is he talking about? Who are you referring to? Arteta effed up the tactics. That was it. With a proper goalkeeper back in, a solid defense, and we're giving possession most games. Can the Etihad go either way? Sure, but it's not 3 points, is it? Not set. There's nothing to celebrate to the end of the season. To me, it looks like they looked at the worldies. They wanted the Carras and Alvarez and thought, we can't get them this year. Let's bolster the squad, and it's shown that we've needed them. Fair enough. But at some point, you get what you pay for, innit? Rubbish. Gyökeres has scored them. Bro, Gyökeres ain't rubbish. Extremely limited. Speaking of projects, have you seen the links to Ferran Torres? Always linked to him. See, these are the guys I'm not on. If we sign them, I'll back you all the way, because you sign whatever I think about the players or the manager. Once we're out there, we're brothers in arms, innit? Dead. Like, dead. I know it's easier said than done, and I'm really just talking, but we're at the point where you got to go and find that Gundogan at Borussia Dortmund, that Kevin De Bruyne at Wolfsburg, that Sadio Mane at Southampton, that Salah at Roma. You got to go and get these different makers now, difference makers. Like, we've kind of Noni's, Ferran Torres's, Kai's. We've seen what them man are on, bro. Like, and I'm not trying to diss them, but that was my whole thing in the summer. Like, I'm more on how we have set up Eze and Gyökeres, and I'm actually more critical to Eze and Gyökeres individually than I am of Noni Madueke. I'm more critical of Arteta with Noni, because I don't think you should be at the club. Like you, like your attitude, like your playing style, can see why we brought you, and 50 million is not a lot. Where's the goals? Because that's how I was thinking. We're bringing in more, man. I don't know what I'm getting for. You don't know how much I like Martinelli. Don't know what Martinelli you're going to get. Trossard, we kind of know what we're getting. It's not enough. Gyökeres, limited striker, doing what he could. Set him up better in it. And Gyökeres, obviously, now he looks a bit more comfortable. We could get a bit more bang. Eze, it looks like you understand what's demanded of you in that role. You're a bit more proactive across 90 minutes. Also, Gaffer. Didn't need to happen in the first half of the season. Saka, you just need to pull your finger out. I do think tactically we could give you a bit more freedom. With you, Saka, it's nothing to do with tactics. I know you have to drop to the halfway line. You're just playing crap. But I back you all the way. Yes, DG, you're right. We're beyond signing. We're beyond that signing if players at this level. We can't be doing all like we stop trying to be a rehab center now, man. Give Darwin a chance to go World Cup as a wild card. I know Arsenal fans shouldn't care about England, but for him, I want to expose him to everything. Let's just win shit, and then what happens, man. It's hard to score without the ball. Statistically, we get the ball a lot, man. Easter bun is not quite 22 quid. Nah, it is. It's peas. Bruh. Yeah, no, it's around something similar. Bun's expensive now. Especially in Easter. Shit's expensive, man. Everything's expensive in life now. No, we didn't get Berta to San Ferran Torres. But you know what them things are? Them kind of things are easy to do, innit? And I do think we love to do them little easy deals. I'm not on it, man. I'm not on it. If we was in Europa League trying to get top for dead, I will say, though, to be fair, I don't think he's a bad player. I do remember just when you bust out to Barcelona, you found your feet at City. I'm not on it, though. I'm not on it. I would take Alvarez for Martinelli and Jesus any day. Bro, Dapo, Julian Brandt in 2026 is mad. And do you know what? If Julian Brandt goes to Liverpool, we never see Mohamed Salah there, innit? So, yeah, man. It is what it is in that regards. I just want players. I just want attackers I believe in. And don't get twisted, Gaffer. You got to free them up. Because goals win games, man. There is an element of sometimes we've just been shit. Can we just score some goals and get out of there? When we have them kind of man, then I'll really start believing we can win the champs. I think we've got good tactics. I think we could compete. I don't think our players are bad, but the Stardust. And even if I go back to when it the Athletic, when we went out to Bayern Munich, and there was this talk at the club about we need to bring players in with the X factor. Now, granted, they brought in Eze. Let me not be shameless, but yeah. Is it a statement to give the players a bit of a boost or stability? Arteta has done so much, but after the season is over. Why don't we rate the Community Shield like other leagues do? It's basically the English Super Cup. I'm shameless. I'll definitely do that. Fans have seen Tottenham win a trophy more recently. Why are you so happy to lose and make it ski? Oh, you're talking in the chat. DG, please reduce the tabs. It might crush your PC now. My PC's good, man. You must be new here. You must be new here, man. DJ, I wasn't born in 2004. I actually witnessed us winning majors and trophies. I'm not going to be complacent with second. Oh, we're consistent every season. Yeah, no, I'm with you. I want silverware. Like, we're at that time now. If we didn't go deep in 4 comps, we'd easily be on 70 goals in the Prem. Maybe, but it's still a cop-out, bro, because even when we've had strong scoring seasons, like, there's still been issues. When you look in the last 4 years when we've been getting goals, who's been getting them? The one consistent one's been Saka. Granted, 3 of the 4 years now. Well, 1 of the 4, he's been shit on the goal scoring front. One season, Odegaard was doing it. Nelly was doing it. This year, Trossard's doing it. One time, Kai was doing it. Granted, injuries haven't helped, but do you get where I'm going? Why can't we have goals coming from everywhere? Players that are seasonal goal scorers, but also those sure bets. But shouldn't the incentive be to win trophies first before handing out new contracts? That seems what everyone's on. A man said, big up CJ, smash the lights for the second most handsome man on this stream. SLD, yeah, SLD just being SLD. Big him up, man. This is crazy. Give DG your phone number so he can video call you, put your face a statement on the internet. Bro, what are you learning? I'm under no illusion Arteta has flaws, but I'm sick of this extreme hate. For me, you need to just win stuff, bro. I like you, Arteta, but I like my club. I've got no loyalty to you beyond you being the manager. Like, I do think there's some people that are loyal to hating the guy and loyal to loving the guy. You lot do listen, everyone's got free will. You lot do what you want. I love my club. So the things I think I need to praise you for, I'm gonna praise you for. The things I think are lacking, I have to make confidence. I have to speak about them. Because the truth is, we're neither terrible nor we're amazing, innit? If we're amazing, I ain't going to say that. And if we were rock bottom doing what Spurs are doing, we're going to have a bitch in the moment where we're like this. For me, the past brings regrets. The future brings uncertainty. It's about time this football club sees the present. And I do think the players, the manager, the club, we haven't seized the present. And if I'm honest with you, to a degree, Mikel Arteta, but those above board, I'll never forget January 2025. And that's probably why I've got a lot more excuses for the players. Last season, you lot pissed me off. Because I do believe if you done something in January, you could have salvaged something, man. Big up, Rob. Just get in here. Hey, DG and chat. Let's hit the like video up, everyone. Come on. Hey, Warren, leave people alone, man. Extreme hate is wanting Arsenal to win trophies. I do think there's a lot of hate without context, but I do think there is an element of people like to gaslight. They do like to gaslight. They do like to gaslight and do a bit of fugaziness, if I'm completely honest. So yeah, man. Let's just hope we can win stuff, man. But I think everyone can agree we need to see the football stuff, man. Arteta don't play to win. It's a major flaw. I disagree. I think he plays to win, but I just don't think the way you're going about it is the right way. I don't think Arteta steps into games to lose. You can't. For me, that don't make sense. Because you try to dominate everything. The majority of the games are played in the opposition's half. My problem is it's too data-y, it's too analytical, it's too probability-based. Like I said, 90% of the way we're there. But that 10% of being something that we haven't been in order to achieve something we haven't isn't there. And also, football is logical. It is based on probability. Simple things. You keep balls out the back of your net, you score more against your opponent, you're more likely to score. But there's also that drug, that bug, that unexplainable feeling as to why we all like football, those moments, that randomness. Like, I couldn't tell you Nico O'Reilly was going to score 2 goals against us in the final, but I could tell you that we needed to change something. I couldn't tell you Szoboszlai. That's what I mean about what it felt like at Liverpool, at Anfield. I couldn't tell you Szoboszlai was going to smack in that free kick, but I could tell you we're starting to get overran. It felt like shit needed to change. And I think it's this familiar feeling, whether we win, lose, or draw. And for this, when we lose, like PSG, like PSG, statistically, Man United at the Emirates, Anfield away, PSG last season, the statistics, possession, shots, there's not really much in it. It is competitive, but we're never on the right side of those small and fine margins. And that is what takes a good team to a great team. That's what wins you the Prems and the champs. This is where I'm at now. Like, we're never on the right side of it. We need to be on the right side of it. And at some point, what's going on? I can't argue about the money, but I think it's more about market comparison than just Arsenal. I think Mamouche walked into City with, forget them. But the fact is, Arteta is one of the highest paid managers in the Premier League. Because everyone's drawing out Saka. You have to draw out the gaffer, bro. And I don't know about no other channels, but here, we could praise someone where they need praise, question marks where there's question marks. I ain't gonna ever protect. I don't have all the answers, but if it's raining or I think it's gonna rain, I'm not gonna tell you it's the sunshine. Or if the sunshine, I'm not gonna tell you it's rainy. I might tell you it's sunny, but there could be rain on the horizon. You get where I'm going? So yeah, man. With that being said, though, man, what we've been here for an hour and 14 minutes. You lot enjoy your evening. 6 p.m. in the United Kingdom. I'm not making this up, but the times have been brought forward, right? Because I did think like that. I did think that either yesterday or the day before when I woke up, I was like, I feel like I half woke up and I saw the time and it changed, but I don't know, man. I don't know. But anyways, people, without you lot, whether we agree, disagree, the platform isn't here. Appreciate you lot. Big up the DG Nation. If you haven't subscribed or hit the follow button, what are you doing? Make sure you're following all the socials. It's all in the descriptions. Tomorrow we're going to watch Jamaica Congo together. Obviously on the weekend we'll be watch alongs are back. We're definitely going to watch Liverpool City. I think that's 12:15 kickoff. And then obviously, pardon me, we're playing in the evening. And then the week after this, champs, Prem, everything is back. So yeah, you lot stay safe, stay blessed. One love.
Like